Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Jinsen and I am back again with a new video. So I will be sharing with you some thoughts about the book 30 Days, and the topic for today is have patience and never ever give up. So I'm starting this series because this book has motivated me, and I think this will also motivate you during this pandemic time, and it will help you to improve your life at least a percent. So let's get started. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Perseverance is more important than talent, intelligence, and strategy. There is great virtue in never giving up. When life doesn't go according to plan, keep moving forward, no matter how small your steps are. The top two habits that will decide between success and failure, between real change and staying in the same place, are patience and perseverance. It's highly possible that before success comes, there may be some obstacles in your life. If your plans don't work out, see it as temporary defeat and not as a permanent failure. Come up with a new plan and try again. If the new plan doesn't work out either, change it, adapt it until it works. This is the point at which most people give up. They lack patience, persistence in working out new plans. But watch out, don't confuse this with persistently pursuing a plan that doesn't work. If something doesn't work, change it. Persistence means persistence towards achieving your goal. When you encounter obstacles, have patience. When you experience setback, have patience. When things are not happening, have patience. Don't throw your goal away at the first sign of misfortune or opposition. Think of Thomas Edison and his 10,000 attempts to make the light bulb. Feel towards success like he did. Persistence is a state of mind. Cultivate it. If you fall down, get up, shake off the dust, and keep on moving towards your goal. The habit of persistence is built as follows. Have a clear goal and burning desire to achieve it. Make a clear plan and act on it with daily action steps. Be immune to all negative and discouraging influences. Have a support system of one or more people who will encourage you to follow through with your actions and to pursue your goals. The next thought for today is learn the Edison mentality. I failed myself to success. Thomas Alva Edison. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. Theodore Roosevelt said, "Let's talk about failure." This subject is so important and yet so misunderstood. Paulo Coelho hits the spot when he says, there is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, the fear of failure. The fear of failure is the number one dream killer. But why? Why are we so afraid of failure? Why can't we see it like a Napoleon Hill who indicated that every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit? Or in other words, how would our life change if we could see exactly failure like Napoleon Hill did. Why not see it as a learning experience that is necessary for growth and which provides us with information and motivation? What would happen if you could fully embrace the idea that in reality, failure is a sign that points towards progress? Learn the Edison mentality. Edison himself said things like, I failed myself to success, or I have not failed, I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. This is what enabled him to bring many of his inventions to us. The man just didn't give up. Accept your mistakes as feedback and learn from them. Luckily, as kids, we didn't have the mentality which many of us have adapted as adults. Because if we did then, many of us would not know how to walk. How did you learn walking? By falling many times and always getting up again. Unfortunately, somewhere along the road, you picked up the idea that failure is something terrible, and as a result of this, nowadays we fail once and then stop doing things simply because it didn't work out the first time. Because we got rejected. Because our business venture didn't work out right way. Now is the time to change your mentality towards failure. Why don't you look at it in this way from now on? Every failure is a great moment in our life because it allows us to learn and grow from it. Even more and more companies nowadays are shifting to a new mentality by allowing their employees to make mistakes because they notice that if people are afraid to make mistakes, creativity and innovation die and the company's progress slows down. At the end of the day, it comes down to this. Success is the result of right decisions. Right decisions are the result of experience, and experience is the result of wrong decision. Here is a story of a famous failure that literally failed his way to success. Lost job at 1832, defeated for legislature at 1832, failed in business, then elected to legislature, then sweetheart died, had nervous breakdown, defeated for speaker, defeated for nomination for Congress, lost renomination, rejected the land officer, and so on. This is the story of Abraham Lincoln, a man we would not exactly characterize as a failure, would we? He was elected president in 1860. And here are some other famous failures. Michael Jordan cut from his high school basketball team. Steven Spielberg rejected from the film school 3 times. Walt Disney fired by the editor of the newspaper for lacking ideas and imagination. Albert Einstein, he learned to speak at a late age and performed poorly in school. John Grisham, first novel was rejected by 16 agents and 12 publishing houses. J.K. Rowling was divorced single mother on a welfare while writing Harry Potter. Stephen King, his first book Carrie, was rejected 30 times. He threw it in the trash. His wife retrieved it from the trash and encouraged him to try again. And Oprah Winfrey, fired from her television reporting job as not suitable for television. The Beatles told by a record company that they have no future in show business. Answer the following question. Have you had any failure in the last years? What did you learn from it? What was the positive you got out of it? And the next is get comfortable with change and chaos. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It may get tough, but It's a small price to pay for living a dream. The way to success goes through change and chaos. For personal growth, you have to be in constant state of feeling slightly uncomfortable. Get into the habit of doing things that others don't want to do. You have to choose to do what needs to be done, regardless of the inconvenience. That means to forgive instead of holding a grudge, to go to the extra mile instead of saying it can't be done, to take 100% of the responsibility for your behavior instead of blaming others. Most of us think that to change our life, we have to make huge changes, and then we get overwhelmed by the hugeness of the task and end up not doing anything and get stuck with our old habits. The answer is baby step. Start changing small things which don't require a big effort, and those small changes will eventually lead to bigger changes. Start changing your way to get to work, the restaurant you are having lunch at, or meeting new people. The next for today is focus on what you want, not on what you lack. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. This is a quote written by Aristotle. The number one reason why people are not getting what they want is because they don't even know what they want. The number two reason is that while they are telling themselves what they want, they are concentrating on what they don't want. And what we are concentrating on expands. Remember to focus on what you want from now on. Where is your focus? On the positive or the negative? On the past or the present? Do you focus on problems or solution? This is crucial. Here is where the law of attraction goes wrong for most people and they give up. They say, I am attracting money, I am prosperous. But at the same time, they focus most of their time on the bills they have to pay, on the money that goes out, on the fact that they are not earning too much. So what happens? They attract more of the things they don't want. You will attract more of what you focus on. Your energy will flow into the direction of your focus, and your focus determines your overall perception of the world. Focus on opportunities and you will see more opportunities. Focus on success and success will come to you. Use the following question to change your focus. That is, how can I improve this situation? What can I do to thankful for? What is great in my life right now? What could I be happy about right now if I wanted to? Is this still important in 10 years? What is great about this challenge? How can I use this to learn from it? What can I do to make things better? The next for today is watch your words. But if thought corrupts language, language can also corrupt thought. The only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. Tony Robbins, watch your words. Don't underestimate them. They are very powerful. The words that we use to describe our experiences become our experiences. You probably encountered a situation or two in your life when spoken words did a lot of damage, and this is true not only in talking to others but also talking to yourself. Yes, this little voice in your head, the one that just asked, voice? What voice? You are what you tell yourself the whole day. Your inner dialogue is like repeated suggestions of a hypnotist. Are you complaining a lot? What story are you telling yourself? If you say that you are bad, weak, and powerless, then what's the world will look like? On the other hand, if you say you have healthy feeling, great and unstoppable, you will also reflect that. Your inner dialogue has a huge impact on your self-esteem. So be careful with how you describe yourself. Such as, I am lazy, I am disaster, I will never be able to do that. Or, my personal favorite, I am tired. Because, of course, the more you tell yourself that you are tired, the more tired you will get. What your inner dialogue is very important. The way you communicate with yourself changes the way you think about yourself, which changes the way you feel about yourself, which changes the way you act, and this ultimately influences your results and the perception that others have of you. Keep the conversation with yourself positive, such as, I want to achieve success, I want to be slim, God, I am good, because your subconscious mind does not understand the little word no. It sees your words as images. Don't think of a pink elephant. See, I bet you just imagined a pink elephant. And I will repeat myself. Please focus on what you want. Keep in mind that your words and especially the questions you ask yourself have a huge influence on your reality. I tell my coaching clients to never tell me or themselves that they can't do something, but instead always ask, how can it be done? If you ask yourself how, your brain will search for an answer and come up with it. The good thing is that you can really change your life by changing your language, talking to yourself in a positive way, and starting to ask yourself different questions. Why wait? Start asking yourself different questions right now. So I think for today this is enough. So we will continue with the next day. Thank you.